young quarterback in the better situation. Let's focus on two of them. Not rookies. We talked a lot about the rookies. These are young guys that we are hoping will take the next step. Justin Fields in Chicago, who's entering year 3, and he's been the starter most of the time. Jordan Love, same division. Packers entering year 4, his first opportunity to be the guy. Who's in the better situation?
I mean, neither one is in a tough situation here. I mean, like a horrible situation. I don't want to say it tough, right? They're both in tough situations. But as far as just talent around them, neither one should feel like, okay, I got to be the guy that's got to carry the squad. Justin Fields probably felt like that a little bit last year, but I think they've done enough here in free agency. And again, another year in the system and building around what they did in Justin Fields last year to where he's going to be able to rely on some other factors this year and some other guys to make some plays. It won't always have to be him breaking a 60-yard run or some amazing run or scramble to get it done, right? So, I think when this is a tough one. I guess I want to say that I feel like Jordan Love is in the better situation, right? There's still some unknowns about Justin Fields and what this is going to look like and how much progress he's going to make in the passing game and all that. I know how awesome he is. The fantasy world of Matthew Berry, I know they're going to kiss his butt all offseason. He's going to be one of the top fantasy guys. But we got to see. I mean, this is a guy that's, of course, got a win-loss record that's not that great. And there is stuff to be had still in the passing game and development there. And then with, Jordan Love, there's at least a culture of winning there and a team that's been good and a defense that's good and they can run the ball. And we know they got 2 young receivers. So I guess I give Jordan Love a little bit of the edge on support just because of what has been laid down in Green Bay rather than in Chicago. They're trying to lay it down right now.
It's a tough call because we've seen what Fields can do.
Yes,
and he
right?
is the best running quarterback in the NFL right now. But you can't be one-dimensional and win. As you pointed out, hey, look, they weren't good last year.
Right.
They earned the first overall pick in the draft. They were the worst team win-loss in the NFL.
Yeah, it was exciting.
With Jordan Love, we haven't seen much of him.
Right.
But hey, what have we been talking about? What did we talk about last segment? Defensive coach with a young quarterback. Matt Eberflus with Justin Fields versus Matt LaFleur with Jordan Love. Matt LaFleur, who won 13 games, 3 straight seasons, despite running interference between the Aaron Rodgers front office dysfunction in Green Bay. I really do think that Matt LaFleur can coach the way he wants to coach this year. So even though Justin Fields may be the more established player and the guy who has been better in many respects, in large part because we've seen him, there's still more questions about him, his game.
I think so.
Let's say as many questions about his game as there are about Jordan Love's game.
Right.
Because, with Fields, that's why this year's important. You don't want to have that narrative that you're a one-dimensional guy, and you need to have the downfield threat, and they've got the receivers to help him out, but now you just have to do it. This is on Luke Getsy. This is when the head coach isn't the offensive guy, it falls to the coordinator. Luke Getsy's the one that's got to get the most out of Justin Fields, design the offense to get the most out of him. With Matt LaFleur, the offense is already designed.
Exactly.
They picked a guy that they thought would fit the offense.
Right.
That's why they drafted Jordan Love.
Right.
He's not just the successor to Aaron Rodgers. He's a guy they picked because he fits what they're trying to do. It's seamless. And I do think the Packers are in better position. I think the Packers are being underrated, and overlooked.
Right.
And will be better than people realize.
I'm with you. They're one of those teams, like we talked about, that gets the emotional bump from, wait, we don't have to talk about all this other bullshit that goes on, right? I mean, that's really what it is. And we can just play football and all come together and be teammates and friends and, not have to worry about anything other than that. So that's where I look at it to go, Packers have an advantage as well, let alone, like you said it right. This is a team that's established, and it's been good, and there's still a lot of pieces there that are good. Chicago, we go, ooh, I like what they're doing. This could be good, but we got to see some things here. We got to. The way Justin Fields plays, too, it's got to change to a degree, too. It's just not it's not fair or realistic to think that he can play the way he did last year, running around, taking the hits he's got. That's where he's got to get better at the passing game too. So he doesn't have to rely on, oh my gosh, I have to make this play happen. I have to break 7 tackles and I'm going to get crushed in the head, but I'm going to put my hand on the ground and try to stay up and then get crushed again. Almost like we used to talk about last play of the fourth quarter in a big game type of thing. Too much of that goes on with him right now. So now we got to get into, we got to win some games, and we got to win some games with, some of the versatility of our offense, and we need to see progress in decision-making and variety and consistency of throws. And I think that's what, is the next piece of the puzzle here for Justin Fields as we go, and that's probably why I got a few more questions than him and than Jordan Love.
He does have DJ Moore, arrived via the trade that
Yeah.
allowed the Panthers to come up to number 1. Chase Claypool, guy they gave up, ultimately picked number 32 in the draft to get.
Yep.
Didn't see much from him last year, but I always thought that was a move for the future, not for the present. A guy that they want to try to properly build into that offense. They've got Darnell Mooney, who has vowed to step it up this year, but of course offseason is the time of year where everybody has big aspirations. Everyone's in the best shape of their life. They picked up Deontay Foreman, a running back I love.
Yeah.
David Montgomery's out. Deontay Foreman's in. Didn't they draft the guy, the one of your top
Yeah,
guys?
Roshan Johnson from Texas, and they got him in the fourth
they were
round.
Stunned he was there.
Couldn't believe
they
it.
were stunned he was there in round 4.
Right. So they got some stuff going there. O-line's going to be better, definitely. Big money and free agency on the defensive side of the ball. So hopefully they can make those adjustments. And, yeah, I would think that Luke Getsy's been in the lab with those type of weapons they got at receiver, that they're going to have a cool look to their offense, certainly. But, yeah, this is a big year for Justin Fields. There's a lot of people, like we said during this process a little, Mike, a lot of people in football, people I trust, that think if Bryce Young was 6'2", that the Bears would have traded Justin Fields and taken Bryce Young with the number 1 pick, right? So I think that says a lot. And I know that's a lot of hearsay and whatever else, but these are some people that know people, and I trust that they have those thoughts. That's why I'm throwing it out there. So we'll see. We will see. But, yeah, the biggest thing is the throwing. And can they consistently do that? There's going to be teams that the Chicago Bears play and Justin Fields play where I know how sick and awesome he is of a runner, but they're going to be good enough on defense to go, you're not running on us. You can't do it here. Just like we've seen Lamar Jackson in his prime, he's run into those games too, or Michael Vick. It doesn't matter. You're going to play a handful of defenses that got the right front 7, I don't care who you are, to contain you. Now what else? What's your other answer? And hopefully he has some more answers this year.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.